Hello everyone, this is my presentation, Abortion, Legal Right or Moral Wrong. I'm Gage Clyde Gibson, so let's just get right into it. So my introduction, my personal story. I've never actually dealt with an abortion in my family. A lot of my family is actually pro-life. We've had a lot of arguments about it and I feel pretty strongly about it. I'm also a huge believer of freedom. I'm so about freedom. I mean, our country was based off of freedom. We didn't like being taxed by the British, saying we wanted to be free and govern ourselves. We wanted the ability to make our own choices. So I think that helps me, cause I like to consider myself very patriotic, but that kind of influenced my decision on what I believe with abortion. Going on to the next thing, topic background. Really, the biggest background for my topic, which is abortion, is Roe v. Wade. It's the 1973 Supreme Court case that was decided in a 5-4 decision that women have the right to an abortion under the 14th Amendment. And really, this was a monumental thing. I mean, there's been other court cases. I think it was Planned Parenthood versus Casey or something like that. That has come up more and more. Well, there was like Supreme Court cases about abortion since then, but they've all been defended by the Constitution, by the Supreme Court. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So let's go next thing. My view on abortion. I'm pro-choice. I believe in the right to open, good, and safe abortions. I believe that hospitals should provide abortions because they are places of care, healthcare and such. But I also believe in restrictions on abortions. I believe that there should be certain, like, if you're past a certain date, you can't get one. Certain things going on, you can't get one. And I understand that there are situations like that. I'm not just kill all babies, but I do believe that there are there should be restrictions, not as tight restrictions as we have today, but there should be some restrictions. So that's my view on abortion. I read the literature. A bunch of the sources that I looked at for my claim. I found a lot of abortion sources because it's a very hotly debated topic within America. A lot of my sources I found supported my claim, but they also gave points for the other side. They also supported pro-life stances, people who are kind of in the middle, kind of like me. Oh, I'm not really, but you know what I mean. And also, surprisingly, a lot of the articles that I found didn't really bring politics into it too much, and that I found that interesting. Obviously, there was some political talk here and there, but there wasn't any pro-political agenda in any of these sources that I found. So I thought that was interesting. On to my counterclaim that I'm going to be disproving throughout my PowerPoint. If that is PowerPoint slides, yeah, that's what it's called. Throughout the counterclaim, they say that it kills a potential life, that life starts at conception, and most people are against abortions based off their religion. They believe that abortion is the murder of a life that has not had a chance to live yet. And I got most of these. I actually got these counterclaims. I started with them, but I also I was helped. They were helped enforced by Jake. I was asking Jake some questions, and he gave me some pretty good insight into the counterclaims, and I understand them, and I respect them. They do make sense. You know, religion drives people. It makes their morals, their relationships, even their political leanings, and how they view life. So obviously religion is a big part of it, and religion influences the first two things there on the counterclaim. But like I said, throughout this PowerPoint, I'm going to be disproving this. When life can actually live. What time can a fetus actually live when not connected to the mother? Lots of people believe that life starts when it's conceived. Well, on a graph that I found by Mikael Hagstrom, 2014, in his medical gallery, people who are giving birth, by week 25, they only have a guaranteed 50% chance minimum of the baby surviving. Now, the question that I propose is that if life starts at conception, and it's alive, why can it not survive outside the womb? Why does it have to be connected to the womb? If it's alive, it should be able to live. And there's, it's a parasite and all this, and I understand that. But my main thing is, if life starts at conception, it should be able to live when it's conceived. That's just what I believe. I believe that when a baby is born, that's when it's alive, but to each their own. The mother's health. whose life is more important, the unborn child's life or the mother's? And mother's health is also not only physical but mental as well. I found this article by Scott Lang of the New York Times, and there was a woman who could not get an abortion. She was denied an abortion, and she had to work she's working 5 part-time jobs in San Francisco, and she was denied an abortion, and so she's living from house to house. She makes just enough money not to get food stamps, but not enough money to support her and her baby. And so that's just awful. If she was allowed to get an abortion, she wouldn't have to go through that trauma and through that stress. This next point here, the government has supported it, and like I said in the very beginning of my introduction, the government has supported it. There have been 5 Supreme Court cases that have been abortion based since Roe v. Wade, and 4 of them have been defended by the court in the Constitution. The only case, Gonzalez v. Carhart, ruled that partial birth abortion, an act where an unborn child is partially removed from the womb before being killed, that's the only thing that the Supreme Court went against abortion on, and I completely agree. That is ridiculous. That's part of my regulations. If it's already going, unless it's like a super specific thing, I believe that you have to have that baby if it's already getting born. And to my conclusion, as told throughout this entire thing, all told, I think that there have been a plethora of facts and enough facts against the counterclaim to adequately support my claim. And I think that, I'm having a hard time explaining this. All told, I've shown heavily throughout the discussion on the topic of abortion why I believe that they should be legal. There are a multitude of facts that support the way of thinking, so my way of thinking at least. The sources that I used also disproved the other side, the pro-life argument within this as well. So let me know what I can do wrong, because I know I'm 2 minutes over time.